Hi, everybody. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach v'Kasher. Uh, Over the course of this year, as we've done these podcasts, is introducing Shabbat and the Parsha and holidays, we've often spoken about larger themes, and I have brought in people who work at the synagogue to talk about their particular angle on those themes. So, as we all know, this is Jason Goldstein. Many of you recognize him. He works with his Abba cantor Paul Goldstein. He reads Torah here. He sings in the choir here, and he's an integral part of the life of B'nai Torah congregation. As we're approaching Passover, we're thinking about the concepts of freedom, the things that hold us back, the things that restrict us, and then how do we respond to those particular types of things. Jason is going to tell you a little bit about himself and what his challenges are and how he has overcome those challenges and how some of his challenges, in fact, have given him more freedom as opposed to less freedom in his understanding of both self and understanding of the world. So, first of all, Jason, I want to welcome you, and I also want to tell you that I'm very proud and of your willingness to do this, but more than being proud of your willingness to do this, I think you exemplify something very, very important in terms of both self-awareness and the capacity to share yourself with other people. So, Jason, you'll talk a little bit about this, and this has to do with autism awareness for Passover. So, Jason, you want to go on?
I am talking to you today with Rabbi Steinhardt because April is Autism Awareness Month. As you know, it's also Passover. Pesach is about going from slavery to freedom. As a Jew and someone on the autism spectrum, I know what it is like to not always be free. I cannot do some of the things that neurotypical people can do, such as driving. On the other hand, I have a lot of talents that neurotypical people do not have. Unfortunately, not all of them are valued by society. For example, most people do not care that June 24th, 2027 is on a Wednesday. We have the right to be free to practice our religion, to pray to Hashem, to sing in shul, and to study the Torah. When we observe Pesach, we ask ourselves, why is this night different from all other nights? Why do we have to eat certain food on the dinner table? Why are we not allowed to eat regular bread? Why do we have to clean out our kitchens by getting rid of chametz, etc.? These are the rules that we live by as Jews. As one on the autism spectrum, I ask a variation of these questions every day. For example, why is there no ascertainable pattern to when commercials come up on TV? There is no answer to this question because apparently it only concerns me and possibly other people on the spectrum. People ask me all the time, what is it like to be autistic? I don't know. What's it like to be left-handed? It's just who I am. I try to fit in, I try to change, and sometimes I am successful, and sometimes I am not. I have learned, as all Jewish people have, that freedom is not unlimited. Some days you are free to eat all you want, and some days you have to eat matzah. Why do we have to tell the story of our freedom? It's the rules. Rules are important. If it was up to me, there would be rules for everything. Autistic people are great with rules. It's the exceptions we often do not understand. What does freedom mean to a person on the spectrum? It's different from neurotypical people. Autism is, in some ways, a limitation on your ability to be free. Maybe not slavery, but the limitation nonetheless. While at the Seder table, think about the 4 children. They are all different. I believe that the inclusion of the Ballad of the Children in the Haggadah is Judaism's way of making us aware of differences. So, as you munch on your parsley on Saturday and Sunday night, think about the awareness that we achieved during the Seder. And then think about people with autism. And the next time you encounter one, be equally aware. Finally, some tips about dealing with people on the autism spectrum. I do not necessarily have to make eye contact to listen to you, but I do need you to talk a little slower. Brain delay. So it might take me a little while to catch up, but with your patience and awareness, I will get there. I just want to emphasize that it is important to understand that, given a few accommodations, people on the spectrum can live extremely productive and happy lives. I have. Thank you, Rabbi Steinhardt, for letting me speak with you. Have a Susan Pesach.
You too, Jason. This idea of rules is obviously critical, that you understand the structure of things very well, better than probably I do. And I give you credit for that. But because of that, I'm sure sometimes there are frustrations with the world when things aren't just going as they're like supposed to go, with people following the rules. So how do you deal with that, with those frustrations? Go on.
I just listened to what the advice of my parents.
Your parents have worked a lot with you and with your autism and helping you kind of adjust to the world that we live in, yeah?
Yep.
I know that. I've watched that, and it's a real credit to them. You're a credit to them. Yes. By the way, Jason graduated college last year, and he is looking for work. He wants to be a ritual director at a synagogue. Ritual facilitator at a synagogue, and I'm sure he would be a great one because, as you know, the ritual facilitators, they're people that make sure the rules are taken care of.
Right.
And we have such one here with Julie Rosiski now. Thank you very much for sharing. It feels to me like you're courageous, and I know that you're really intelligent, and I see that you've come such a long way, and you're also really talented. God bless you. Chag Sameach v'Kasher, and we'll look forward to more conversations, and hopefully you brought a little awareness about autism to the people who watch this. Thank you very much.